I'm going to read an exact verbiage that came from The Conjuring 2 specifically because this is, to me, one of the most heartwarming quotes I've ever heard in any film in the modern era. And it goes like this. This is what Lorraine said. Look, I know how it is. I know what it's like to lose your friends because you are different. But I also know that one person can change everything and you just have to open up to them. The daughter said, how did you know you can trust the person you open up to? Lorraine responded, I didn't, and sometimes I got hurt, and it took a long time, but I finally found someone who believed in me. And you know what the daughter asked? What did you do then? Lorraine said, I married him. That is one of the most touching fucking quotes I have ever heard. Now, going back to what The Conjuring is, not the second one, but The Conjuring itself is to me one of the most impactful horror films I've ever witnessed in the 2010s decade. Why? Because you see the trust that both Ed and Lorraine Warren have, not only with each other, but also having the same exact personal experiences, and for them to go out as ghost hunters to help other families to deal with whatever traumas they are going through, whether it's poltergeists, demons, ghosts, or apparitions, just whatever source that's going on in the entire paranormal world. These two came and they helped. And for this family, in this particular movie, it started off small, then it just grew and grew and grew. No, little was known about the property at hand until research was done exactly that a lot of foul play and witchcraft took place on this particular property, and a lot of fucked up shit transpired. And for them to go undercover to help this family and realize exactly it's not what is going on, but other circumstances are going on within the entire property that's haunting the family. Ed and Lorraine Warren, along with the crew, do the best they could to help this family with the crisis that they're going through. The Conjuring is literally one of the most fucking just bizarre films I've ever witnessed in the modern day realm of horror films, but it stays true to that element of the paranormal experiences of what it is that a person or group of people or friends, families going through. For someone like James Wan to take the story of a real life situation that happened and turn into his own visage of what Hollywood is going to have, of what taking a real life source and turning into his own adaptation, James Wan was the right guy to do this particular project. And this movie was fucking great. Conjuring. These are based off true stories where James Wan was able to take Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are going to a poor family who is in desperate need of help with paranormal activity events that are happening, to where it is starting off with manifestations, that's a big word, of poltergeists. It is starting off with poltergeist, then it goes to seeing spirits, then it goes to all hell breaks loose to where a demon comes into play, and they realize that it was nothing more but witchcraft that happened long ago, and sacrifices and a bunch of other phenomena that happen. And you can visit the Conjuring house as well and get a paranormal experience if you're fucking lucky.
Along with the occult museum, you can actually visit that too.
And seeing, I love Vera Farmiga and I love Patrick Wilson. These two are some of my favorite. Whenever you get like a male and female director do a couple, either if they are working together as a married couple or just a couple or just cooperation in general, if they're like partners for like a spy film or something action. If you get like specific actors and actresses that'll work great together, you will get some sort of magical, phenomenal dialogue and characters that will stick with you. And for them to portray and Lorraine Warren in this was so phenomenal. I love their dialogue. I love their cooperation. I love the way they were presented. I loved that they were there for each other. I loved how they had so much sympathy for the family. And this was not build up, but to a build up, but to a build up. You know, it's just so beautiful to watch.
Hearing you talking about makes me want to rewatch it as soon as possible.
Not only was it a beautiful movie with seeing how they had so much sympathy and trying to bring light for the family, but once they got into diving into what the case was and what's happening in the entire house itself, Oh my god, you get the spooks, you get the heebie-jeebies,
And
you get
you got the possession scene at the end, which is fucking terrifying.
Dude, still to
Oh,
this day,
God.
one of the best jump scares of the last decade. I'll never forget seeing this at a midnight showing when it came out. When the camera pans up on the closet and you see that close up, but the monster just jumps right down on them. That scene, everybody in my theater screamed.
The scene
Everybody
that
did.
always gets me is where Ed Warren says, "Bathsheba, by the power of God, I condemn you back to hell."
Oh.
The fucking intense with that was just, that's goosebumps right there.
Oh, yeah, every time.
And literally, when you watch this movie, you literally believed everything that was happening, because not only is it based off a real case, but it's where James Wan was able to take the entire case and turn it into his own imagination of what could have happened. But you can say that didn't or did happen, but you believe that there was seriousness, there was sympathy, and this family itself, just all the love you had for the characters and them experiencing their own different, phenomena that's happening to them. It's terrifying. It's so scary. And the way that I was able to take a hold of the mother, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You just love the suspense. You love the plot.
Brilliant
You
fucking
love
movie.
everything that happened. By the way, The Conjuring was a film I gave a 5 out of 5 to. And folks, let me know down below your thoughts about The Conjuring.